Hello everyone, this is Zoe. I have a Thanksgiving story to share with you guys where me and my new family absolutely destroyed my nasty mother-in-law, Erin. My husband, Aidan, his sister Sammy and the rest of his family actually helped a lot to set things in motion. I will tell you what happened, but first you need to know what led to this story happening. Erin has always hated me. Why? Well, I had drug addict parents and grew up in foster care. Now, I went to school, got good grades, graduated college, and even had a good job. Did that make me a good person in Erin's eyes? No. She was absolutely convinced that I didn't deserve her son. She said, "A woman of such a messed up family background can't be my daughter-in-law. Aidan, did you forget that you come from a wealthy and well-respected family? We are of high status and can't pollute our reputation with a woman like her." Mom, what the hell are you even saying? You need to change your perspective on things. This is very offensive. Zoe is a great girl. Erin, I know my family isn't the best and I didn't grow up under the best circumstances, but that doesn't define me. I worked hard to be where I am. I will prove myself. Oh, please, Zoe, don't get ahead of yourself. Aidan and our family are way above you, and I am sure you picked and trapped him because of his reputed family and his wealth. I know girls like you well. Aidan and I tried our level best to make her change her mind. His father was long dead and didn't have much family left. He had been close to his mom and really didn't want us to have a bad relationship. Growing up without loving parents made me hungry for Erin's approval. I wanted to have her as a true mother-in-law. I extended invitations for dinner, tried to converse with her, and many more. Nothing worked. Every time she was around me, she would covertly insult me, sometimes directly to my face when few people were around. That's my mother-in-law for you. Her nasty behavior was somewhat kept hidden from her family. They were very wealthy with strong family values and really loved me. So Erin wasn't brave enough to directly insult me in front of them. But she regularly did it in front of Aidan and Sammy. Aidan and Sammy defended me, but that's all they could do. I was desperate to get her approval, and Aidan really wanted that too, so we never cut contact with her. A big mistake that we remedied less than 1 year into our marriage. Despite Erin being against the union, me and Aidan got married. There were lots of yelling matches that I won't get into now, but there is one detail you should know. The family loves hosting family dinners, and Thanksgiving dinner is a huge deal. It happened at Erin's place with family only. I was never invited, and Erin always gave everyone the excuse that I wasn't family yet. After we got married, everyone expected that to change. So when Erin only invited Aidan to the dinner, we were shocked. Aidan was super upset, while I just felt defeated. One day when Sammy came to visit and Aidan said, "Sammy, do you think Mom has forgotten to invite Zoe? Is there a possibility that she just forgot to send her an invitation too?" Wait. Mom didn't send Zoe an invitation? She said that the invitations were done. What the hell? I think she doesn't want me at her house for Thanksgiving dinner. I kind of expected that, but was hoping she would come around. That is freaking horrible. You two are married. She can't just not invite you for no reason. Mom is being a huge witch again. I'm thinking of calling her. I am seriously hoping that she has a good explanation for this. We can't just overlook her slight this time. Zoe has been through enough already. It was decided they would be calling Erin. I didn't have the energy to deal with Erin. I had given up. So it wasn't me who confronted Erin. It was Aidan and Sammy on a joint voice call. I was a mute listener that Erin didn't know was present. Aidan had said, "Mom, we're confused why you didn't invite Zoe to the Thanksgiving dinner. Your invite says that it's only for me and not Zoe." Yes, Aidan and Zoe are married now, as she is family. I don't understand why you only invited Aidan and not Zoe. That woman isn't family. I made it clear to you when you married her. Aidan, I don't understand why you two are so surprised that she isn't invited. What do you mean that Zoe isn't family, Mom? She is my wife, which means she is family. I made my stance clear to you a long time ago. Aidan, you married a woman I don't support of. You knew my disapproval and married her anyway. You should have known that there would be consequences. A lowly woman like her cannot be family to me, so she didn't get an invite. There it was again. Erin was the monster and mother-in-law that I knew her to be. Look, I tried my best to change her mind and even went through extensive humiliation to get her approval. But my lowly birth made it impossible to change her mind about me. It was bizarre how there was only one freaking person in Aidan's entire family who hated me because of my background. It was just ridiculous. I didn't know if Erin was stubborn and trying to be petty or if she was just that vile. It made my head spin. Aidan cast me a very sad and apologetic look that made me want to comfort him instead. His mom's words hurt him more than me. That man loved me like I was the best person in the whole wide world. There was no way I was blaming my poor husband for trying to make us all get along. My sister-in-law, Sammy, was furious on my behalf as well. She said to Erin, "Mom, are you out of your mind or something? Stop saying that Zoe isn't family. She is family to us, to all of us. You will not speak about her like that." My, Sammy, what has gotten into you? Has that little witch managed to turn all my children against me? See, I was right about her. She is a good-for-nothing girl. Stop, Mom, just stop. I've heard enough. For the past year, I tried my level best to change your mind. Zoe has done her best to prove herself to you, but all you have done is insult her. I see now that I made a grave mistake by telling her to try and win you over. We wasted our efforts for nothing. You should have put in the effort to find a better bride for yourself and impress me. For years, I have tried to model you, to choose the right partner, but I see I have failed. That which has you trapped, just like I imagined. You will not speak about my wife like that, Mom. Zoe has done nothing to make you act this way. You know what? Have it your way. If Zoe is not worthy of being your family, you are not worthy of being family to me. You can consider my Thanksgiving invitation declined, and actually, I don't think I would show up to any of the events you host in the future. There was a stunned silence on Erin's end. I guess she was trying to gauge if Aidan was bluffing or speaking the truth. Erin was convinced that she had Aidan wrapped around her fingers, but Aidan had already proven that wrong by marrying me. She was clinging to the hope that he wouldn't follow through with the words. Still, Aidan's words offended her. She said, "I understand that you are angry because you think you're in love with Zoe. But if I were you, I would rethink my words. The day when Zoe would betray you and take all of your money, you will need your mom. I know people like her. It's what they do. Don't throw away your poor mother to defend trash like her." My wife is not trash, Mom. You will understand that one day. But for now, I can tell you for sure that I won't be around you anymore, and neither will Zoe. You can't do that, Aiden. You need to show up for Thanksgiving. It's your special family day. Like I said, Mom, I don't consider people family who don't consider my wife's family. Same for me. I consider Zoe's family, so you are also upsetting me by not inviting her. Count me out as well. I won't show up. You two have lost your mind. The invitation is on the table and I will be waiting for you. You will come to your senses and show up. Don't hold your breath, Mom. Aiden said that and hung up. I sat there silently while he couldn't even look at me. We sat in silence for a while until Sammy arrived at the house as well. I guess she wanted to give us some moral support. The talk that followed was super emotional, so I won't be sharing it here. But I will tell you what we discussed at the end of our conversation. I said, "You guys don't have a sacrifice family time for me. I will be fine. I will join one of my friends or take a double shift at the office. I won't be lonely or sad, I promise." "You don't have to do that. Zoe, it's my mom who's wrong. You don't have to compromise for her every time. And you won't have to be alone. You will spend it with your family. That is me. We won't have to join my mom's horrible dinner anymore. And me as well, Zoe. Like I said, I won't go to Mom's place this Thanksgiving. In fact, I don't think I will ever go there again. We will stay in and do our own thing." I was truly touched by what they said. They were literally to ditch the entire family just to make sure I was not lonely on Thanksgiving. I sure knew then what I was thankful for that year. Erin's words didn't hurt as much anymore. It did stir some anger inside me, but I managed to keep it down. I wasn't going to stew in anger for a worthless and vain woman like Erin. Suddenly, I had a bright idea. I said, "Why don't we have our own Thanksgiving party? I know it's just the three of us, but we can still make it work. I can make a good turkey, so dinner won't be a problem. The only problem will be eating leftovers for a week since it's just the three of us." "I think that's a great idea, actually. Wow, I never thought of actually having a separate party altogether, even if it's 3 people. We can maybe invite some of our office colleagues who can't go home for Thanksgiving. I have some friends who would like to join as well. Mom never allows us to invite anyone over who is not family. They will be different. It will be new and special, and it will deflate Mom's big ego." Aiden and Sammy seemed genuinely excited about having a separate plan. It was true that Erin was very strict about the guest list and didn't allow people who were not family. Not even close friends who needed company. She was a freaking hypocrite. Anyway, I was pretty happy with our plan until Sammy suggested we do something better. She said, "You know what, Zoe? Let's invite everyone else in the family as well." "Actually, I've been thinking about the same thing. They deserve an invite too. They have done nothing wrong. Everyone loves you except my ridiculous mother." "I don't know, guys. Will that be okay? We will extend invites to them and explain the issues. They would want to know why you are not coming to Mom's Thanksgiving dinner. We won't lie about what happened. We will just give them a choice and let them decide." Now, this is some murky territory there. Did I want to be petty and invite the whole family? Yes. Did I want some sweet revenge by having some family show up to my Thanksgiving dinner instead? Yes. But I never did anything this petty before. It was then I realized what a doormat I have been to Erin and a lot of people in my area. I rarely stood up for myself or taught people a lesson. I can't do that anymore. I needed to grow a spine just like Aiden and Sammy. So with a glint in my eyes, I said, "Let's do it! Sounds like a good plan. You were right. The family is bound to ask why Erin's own daughter-in-law was missing from the party. We won't hide anything. She doesn't care about my feelings. Why should I care for her? You don't have to anymore. I think it's time we all cut ties with Mom. She's becoming even more toxic than before, and I am getting tired of her shit. I'm contemplating giving no contact for a while. Count me in. I could use some time away from Mom's drama and ridiculous judgments, so we will stick to this plan and send invites. Don't worry, Zoe, I will help you as best as I can. This Thanksgiving will be epic. Sammy was right. The Thanksgiving dinner was epic. I will slowly tell you why and how. But first, let me tell you what we did. We invited everyone we could think of who didn't have Thanksgiving invitations. We invited colleagues and friends, and even Sammy got some of her friends who couldn't afford flight tickets to their home state. We also sent out invites to all family members along with a short explanation of why we are hosting a separate party. Our recorded conversation with Erin came really hard for people who wanted to know more. Surprisingly, everyone was furious on my behalf and genuinely reconsidering going to her place. With all the hustle and bustle, we worked hard to arrange a good spread. We did good and had a blast on Thanksgiving. It was the best I had in my life. Now, I know you were curious about what happened to Erin and my revenge against her. Here is something I didn't expect until Thanksgiving Day. I thought at least some family members would go to Erin's dinner. Nope. Everyone turned down her invitation. Not one family member went to her party or even wanted to go. How did I know? She called us, of course. She called me and Aiden in panic. She said, "What is going on? Why didn't anyone show up to my house? I arranged everything as usual, but everyone said that they were going to your house instead." Did they now? That might be a possibility. What do you mean? They were serious. You were hosting a Thanksgiving dinner and everyone is attending yours instead of mine. Since I didn't get an invitation anywhere to attend Thanksgiving dinner, I hosted one for myself. I invited Aiden and Sammy because they told you they won't be going to your place. One thing led to another, and here we are having the entire family and our friends over. Erin gasped like she had been hit by someone. I guess she was hoping that her family was pulling a big prank on her. No one ever misses her. Thanksgiving dinner before. Erin's pride didn't let her believe that the family would choose someone else over her. So she thought that it was all a prank. And she said, "Oh, please, this must be some sort of those childish pranks that you see online. Aiden, if this is an elaborate prank on me, tell everyone to stop right now. You know how much I hate childish and insensible things like that." "This is not a prank, Mom. Me and Zoe are hosting a Thanksgiving party this year. We called all our friends and didn't have anywhere to go or couldn't go home. While we were at it, we invited the family as well." "Aiden, don't tell me you support this. Your wife is trying to isolate me because I know the truth about her character. You cannot in your right senses support your wife." "Oh, I support her wholeheartedly, Mom. And she isn't doing this to isolate you. This is happening because you tried to isolate my wife from the family by not extending her an invitation. You did us a favor. I like our Thanksgiving party much better than yours. And judging people's faces, they seem happier to be here with us than with you. This is ridiculous. You can't do this. Thanksgiving dinner should be with family." "And? You said my wife is not family, so—" "You two need to stop being petty and let family come to my party. This is getting ridiculous. Have a party for yourselves. I don't care, but you don't get to keep my family members hostage. Let them come over and enjoy the right Thanksgiving dinner." "As you say, Erin, we are not holding anyone hostage. You can call them or ask them to come. They can leave if they want to. They know that already." Erin hung up on us and started to call family members. Most of them ignored her calls, while some picked up only to berate her for being such a nasty piece of shit to me. It all happened in my backyard, so I could see it all and have fun thinking about Erin's panicked face. Well, I didn't have to imagine her face for long. After a long and rather loud conversation with Grandfather, Erin showed up at our door. She was crying and looked really embarrassed. It didn't melt me even a little, and neither was anyone else pleased at her sudden, uninvited appearance. Aidan said, "What do you want, Mom? We are kind of in the middle of something." "That's right. We have a lot of guests over and don't have much time to spare for you. I'm not sure why you're here. Don't you also have a dinner to host?" "My dinner is not happening, guys. No one showed up. Everyone came here, as you can see." "Oh, that's a shame. Well, maybe next time they will show up at yours." "Everyone is threatening not to show up to any of my dinners ever again. Look, I know what I said must have hurt you, but that doesn't mean I deserve to be treated like this." "I don't see how everyone is treating you incorrectly, Mom. Learn to take the behavior you dish to others. If the family decides to boycott you, that's not our problem. We didn't ask them to." "They are mad at me for not inviting Zoe to the dinner. I didn't realize that." "You didn't realize what, Erin? That you are the only one who has nasty things to say about me? That everyone else in the family is a decent human being? Now that they chewed you out for your behavior, you are here to defend yourself." "Seriously, Mom, you can stoop very low. I heard Grandpa threaten to write you out of the inheritance. I'm pretty sure that's why you're here. Aren't you, Mom?" Erin looked a little guilty. "I'm not a dumb woman. I know well enough by now that people like her don't just magically change in a day. I knew she wasn't at the house because she felt bad for treating me unjustly. She was here because her family was now threatening to disown her. And she thought she could pretend to reconcile with me and set everything straight. Well, not happening, Erin," I said. "No matter what your intentions are, Erin, I don't think I can look past what you have done. You haven't even apologized to me properly. I gave you enough chances, but not anymore. You need to leave." But I'm trying to apologize. I am sorry, Zoe. It's Thanksgiving. Let's put this past us." "No, I won't be doing that. I know your intentions from past experiences. I'm not going to allow you to walk all over me again." Erin at this point understood that she had messed up big time. While I had given her plenty of chances in the past, this time I won't put up with her. Her children and the rest of the family were backing me up as well. She had no one in her corner. She had no way out of this hellhole she had dug. She started to grow desperate and cried. I really have never seen her cry before. She had tears running down her eyes and was begging and pleading with us to give her one chance. It was honestly the best thing to ever happen to me. I didn't care if she was crying, and neither did her children. It was actually very irritating and annoying for us. She was spoiling our mood. So Aidan said, "We said what we all had to say, Mom. You need to leave now. You're spoiling our mood, and we have guests to attend to." "Won't you let us inside? Today is Thanksgiving. Let's just have some dinner and sort out our feelings. Everyone is here already, and I am also family." "Well, no, Erin. I'm hosting this party in my house, and last I remember, you were very adamant that I am and never will be your family. That's why you never got an invitation in the first place." Erin looked like we had physically slapped her. Her expression was hilarious and pathetic at the same time. She kept crying and begging us to reconsider. Aidan and Sammy refused on my behalf and reminded her that she needed to leave. Eventually, when no one came to her rescue or even invited her in, she left crying. We went back to the party where we were surrounded by love and warmth. Guys, the family was not kidding when they said that they would cut her off. After that incident, no one ever attended a party she attempted to host. I say attempted because she had no friends because of her nasty attitude, and family members had boycotted her already. This meant that no one showed up to her party at all. The fact that none of her children were talking to her also set her off. She cried, begged, and pleaded with us almost every week over the phone. When we blocked her, she showed up at her door. When we let her in and told her to stay away, very unsurprisingly, me, Aiden, and even Sammy discovered that our lives were much better without Erin around. So we are still thinking to our no contact, while Erin is still trying to get back in our good graces.